All right, guys, we're going to look at social responsibility now. And the idea here says that recognizing that business activities have an impact on society and considering that impact when you're making a decision. Okay, so um, we talked in the ethics lecture a little bit, very briefly. I mentioned stakeholders. So there's all of these groups, whether it's employees, owners, customers, competitors, the government, the community. Uh, there's all these different groups that are impacted by a decision that a company might make, and we call those groups stakeholders. Okay, so all these different groups are stakeholders in a company's decisions. And what we're saying in social responsibility is that we need to take into account what that impact is when we're making that decision, and we should be making a decision that's balances those commitments to those groups, because all those groups want different things. Your employees want as high a pay as you'll possibly give them for as little work with as many benefits and retirement and all those things. Okay, your owners want you to provide to get as much profit as you possibly can so that they can get more return on their investment. Your customers want a perfect product, virtually for free. Okay, with great customer service, and you can't provide everybody everything that they want. You have to balance those commitments. You can't maximize profits and pay your employees, because as soon as you start paying someone some money, you're reducing the profits. Okay, and vice versa. So you can't. You have to balance all those commitments. So as we look through social responsibility, it's evolved in the late 1800s, early 1900s. We had monopolies, and we had some businesses that weren't doing the most socially responsible things. But generally, we felt like some of these things would work out on their own. But gradually, the government started implementing laws that started forcing businesses to act more socially responsible. So we had kind of these two views. One says that we have the economic model of social responsibility. It says that my job as a business is to focus on profits, and by focusing on profits, all these other things will happen, because I'll end up, if I focus on profits, I'll make more money. I make more money, then my taxes go up. My taxes go up. It helps you provide the things that you need to for society. And then the socioeconomic model is where we're more at today, that says that no, maybe I shouldn't just focus on profits, but I should also focus on other things that I can do to help out society as well. And when I think about it and I look at companies, it's really an expectation these days that companies be socially responsible. So we expect companies to be involved and doing things that they didn't necessarily do in the past, and part of that, it does force companies to be more socially responsible. But I tend to be I don't know what the word is, but I question companies' real motives. Are they doing it because they truly believe in it? And so that's what social responsibility would truly be, would be that a company is involved in an activity because they truly believe in that activity, and are being socially responsible. Or are they doing it because it's expected of them and they know that if they don't do it, they'll lose business and therefore their profits will come down? And so really the focus is still on profits. Does that make sense? and I tend to believe that it's more the second one. That there's a lot of companies out there, not all, but I think there's a lot of companies out there who do get involved in social change and social activities because they realize that it's good for their bottom line, not because they truly believe in the cause. And so that's kind of just the intro to social responsibility. You're going to watch a TED Talk video about a gentleman talking about social responsibility. It's a great TED Talk. And you can look over the slides and see some of the pros and cons of being socially responsible. Have a good one. Bye.